говорю по-русски, so I'm going to do my presentation in English. Sorry. So you can see my name is Henderson, and I am a board member of the Mobile Entertainment Forum, and I am also a vice president for Sony Music Europe. I'm going to be wearing both hats a little bit today. And if Kirill was telling you a little bit about what is going on right now with the vast market in Russia, I think my job is to tell you more globally what the Mobile Entertainment Forum and Sony Music see going on in the mobile vast market. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about today is a survey that we do of all the global MEF members about how they're feeling about the business. It's a very interesting survey in the context of the crisis that the world's been in over the last year. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the key trends that the MEF sees going on in mobile media right now, including the apps phenomenon, which we think is a revolutionary trend. Then I'm going to put on my Sony Music hat and talk to you very quickly about some very interesting mobile music developments that Sony sees going on. And then just one slide at the end about who MEF is, in case you don't know. So every quarter, the Mobile Entertainment Forum, we do a survey of all our members. We're a global body, so we have members, companies, operators, content providers, rights owners all around the world, and we ask them about their business every quarter. And we ask them around 15 questions about their performance, what the key areas of business are, that sort of thing. So, one of the first questions that we ask them is, what's going to happen with your revenue over the next 12 months? And when we asked them this question in March this year, people were saying, I think that revenues will grow around 28%. And then when we asked them the question around June of this year, people were saying, I think actually it's going to grow around 33% over the next 12 months. So you can see people think things are actually getting better. And you can see that there's 5 main value chain segments that we track for different results. And you can see that content providers seem to be the most optimistic about the revenue growth, and analysts and consultants seem to be the most conservative about their revenue growth. Another key item that we track, another key statistic that we track is where our members' revenues are coming from. And so you can see when we ask them, where did your revenue come from over the last 12 months? You can see that we have a lot of members in Western Europe. A lot of them have a business focused in Western Europe. Other key areas for the Mobile Entertainment Forum are North America and also Africa in the Middle East. So it's interesting to compare this last 12 months of revenue mix to where people think their revenues are going to come over the next 12 months. We have to assume that our membership base doesn't change so much, so this sort of statistic can show how different growth rates in different parts of the world are changing. So I'm going to move fast through the animation here. But you can see that there actually are some key differences. The share of revenue in places like North America and Western Europe are falling. So in North America, had 19% share of revenue over the last 12 months, about 18% over the next. On the other hand, we can see some key areas here where it looks like there actually may be some pretty significant revenue growth, because if you look at some place like India or Central and Latin America, you can see that basically it looks like revenues there, at least the share of the revenue mix is growing by about 50%. So, there's many different ways to look at revenue growth, but from this statistic, it looks like India, Australasia, Central Latin America are potentially some high growth areas for our membership. Another key question that we ask our members is what sorts of applications, business models are you working on right now, and where is most of your money going to come from over the next quarter? And these three main categories. Paid-for applications are the most. That makes sense. Free applications, so that's really money coming from producing applications for operators or for other people. Interestingly, ad-funded applications are still a minority of what people think are going to be making money, and I think that is the same as my personal view. I think that advertising on mobile platforms is still very, very small. So moving away from our survey of our members and towards some of the key trends that the Mobile Entertainment Forum sees going on in the world right now, there's kind of three key enablers that we track that we think are going to be very important in driving future growth in mobile media. Smartphones, 3G networks, and flat rate data plans. And what we've seen over the last year really is that we think smartphones and 3G networks have really started to reach mass market in terms of the number of people that are using those. On the other hand, unlimited data plans still seem to be fairly small in terms of their penetration into mobile subscriber bases. And we think that's really something that's going to have to reach more of a mass market in order for mobile media to really start going fast as an industry. As you can see a statistic here that 80% of unlimited data plan users use mobile media, so it's obviously a key driver to get people to use new services. They're 200% more likely to use mobile media services if they have a flat rate data plan. Another key driver, of course, is the type of devices. We work with various research companies to track the type of devices that are being used for mobile entertainment. We think that there's between 1,300 and 1,400 different devices. There's a lot of devices out there that people are using, but we think that there's a very small percentage of those, about 20%, about 270, 280 devices that really represent the heavy users, about 80% of the heavy mobile users. So, one of the challenges for our membership and for all content providers and operators is how do you make sure that you have media services that are compatible with all devices. But we think that actually there's the 80-20 rule, which I don't know if you have the same term in Russia, but it says that it's really important to focus on 20% of any set of data that really drives success. Another key trend, which I'm going to be talking about with several slides here, is about mobile social networking. A lot of people may have heard about Vodafone's recent announcement about Vodafone 360, which is an integrated kind of social networking, messaging, instant messaging platform. These social networking and messaging platforms seem to be the killer application right now. The number of people that are using these sorts of applications are growing by almost 200%. And these users are really concentrated in the young demographics, which operators are focused on to kind of drive future data services growth. If you talk to people in the USA, the UK, and India about their applications, their mobile applications that they're using the most, you can see here, there's 3 columns here. Actually, there's 6 columns, but there's 1 for US, there's 2 for USA, there's 2 for UK, there's 2 for India, and they show the top applications that are mentioned by mobile media users and what kind of type they fall into. And you can see that social media and instant messaging are really, they're dominant here. And you can see that the #1 application in both the USA and the UK is Facebook. And I know that Russia has its own version of Facebook, but I can tell you from my personal experience, all my younger friends, they're on their BlackBerries all day, filling out their Facebook profiles. Facebook and messaging applications like this are the killer application right now.